What's up guys, Crypto Noah back with another video, and today I'm going to show you how to turn $3,000 into $36,000 by investing into Mantra. So before I get into it, none of this financial advice. These are my own opinions, my own research, and should be treated as such. All right, so let's jump straight into it. So in this video, we're gonna briefly cover what Mantra is, and I say briefly because we made a full deep dive going over everything about Mantra. We went through their white paper. We went through some of the analytics and metrics. We went through the team, the tokenomics, literally everything. All right. So we're just going to cover the high level here. And also, if you watch that video, you know that I am not buying any Mantra right now until some of their metrics tick up and they actually start doing some of the things that they say that they're going to do. So watch that video to get more details. But just like we did with Ondo, I know people are going to buy Mantra. And although I don't recommend it, I want to at least put out a take profit plan so you can have proper risk management so that if you do decide to buy it, at least you can make some money, because I do think it'll pump with the RWA real world asset narrative. If you guys been following the channel or the Know It All's channel, go subscribe. You know that's our favorite narrative going into this bull market. And if you guys stick around to the end, I'm going to show you my yield farming strategy on how to accumulate Mantra passively so that you can have more to sell once we reach the peak. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the content, starting off with what is Mantra. So Mantra is a layer 1 blockchain, and they're building specifically for RWA protocols. And their goal is to build a regulatory compliant chain so that projects that want to build RWA projects on top of it don't have to go through the headache of being regulatorily compliant and all of that. But as you'll see if you watch the full deep dive video that we did on the Know It All channel, they don't have any of this stuff in place. There's like 3 developers building on it. And if we look on DeFi Llama, you can see that they have a TVL of just 1.2 million. It hasn't been really growing. Like the highest was back in February and it kind of dropped off. You look at the developers, you can see that they only have like 3 developers, 1 developer, 1 developer, 1 developer, nothing in 2022. And it looks like they don't have any of them, right now. And if you look at developer commits, you can see that the commits are really, really low. I don't know if they have any new commits. And like I said, the TVL is 1.2 million. But if we look at the market cap, you can see that it's 808 million. So this is severely overvalued. And like I said, one of my favorite quotes by Warren Buffett is that in the short term, the market's a voting machine. In the long term, it's a weighing machine. Right now, people are speculating. They're really bullish on the RWA narrative. So they're just throwing money at anything that's within it. But like Warren Buffett also says, when the tide goes out, you can see who's swimming naked. So eventually, this project is going to correct hard. Like you can see, they just hit an all-time high. I don't think this is going to be sustained. I don't see any pickup in the fundamentals. So that's just a few reasons why I'm not bullish on it. The tokenomics are pretty good. You can see that the market cap's 808 million, but the fully diluted valuation is 886 million. So most of the tokens have been unlocked. And like I said, I do think this thing will pump, but people are not using it right now. Like it's for RWA protocols or projects or companies who want to be compliant, but no one is using it. And I think it says a lot that BlackRock decided to launch their BUIDL fund on ETH and not Mantra. I feel like that says it all. A lot of people are going to follow BlackRock, or at least the people that it's worth, getting excited about. So that was a soup and salad. Let's jump into the meat and potatoes, and I'm going to show you my take profit strategy on how, if I were to invest $3,000 into Mantra, how I would go about turning it into $36,000. All right, guys. So when you're investing, the most important thing is more important than the asset that you're buying or the investment that you're investing into is the structure around the investment. We've all heard of the Doge guy and how he made millions of dollars and rode it all the way back down. I'm sure he's kicking himself no matter how much he'll admit it. So you want to have a plan to get out before you get in. And I made an in-depth video covering how to master the art of taking profits, where I cover the 3 triggers. If you want to find out what those triggers are, watch that video, but we're only going to cover one in here, which is the price trigger. So you want to be able to come up with a price, or a market cap rather, in terms of where you think the price could go or where you think the market cap can go. You want to have a conservative estimate, and then you want to have an aggressive estimate. You want to have your take profit strategy set up to where even if the conservative estimate isn't met, or if the aggressive estimate is exceeded, you're still able to take a good amount of profits off the top. All right, so let's dive into this. So right now the current price is 99 cents. Current market cap is 808 million and some change. I think conservatively speaking, with the RWA narrative, this can at least get to a $7 billion market cap. On the aggressive side, I think we can see a $15 billion market cap or more. So start off with 3K. My first take profit is going to be when it does a 6X. So I'm still under my conservative estimate. So that'll bring it to a $4.8 billion market cap. That'll turn my $3,000 into $18,000, and that'll bring the price from 99 cents to $5.94. That point, I'm taking off my principal plus 100%. So I just made a 100% return. So now I'm in a risk-free trade, right? I got 6K in profits. So now I still have $12,000 left in Mantra. My second take profit is going to be once it does a 2.5x. So now I'm right under my aggressive. I'm in the middle, but I'm leaning towards the aggressive estimate. That's going to bring the market cap to 12.1 billion. It's going to turn my 12K into 30K. So now, we're getting closer to the top. I'm already not super bullish on this project, so my profit taking is way more aggressive, as you can see. I'm taking off more than half, $20,000. So now I have 26K in profits, and I still have 10K left. You just turned $3,000 into 36K. So now you're probably wondering, what do I do with the remaining 10K? Well, what I would do is every time there's a 25% increase, I'm taking off 50%. So I'm dollar cost averaging out. The more it increases, the more I'm taking off. And this way, once it drops, which I think it inevitably will, because like I said, the fundamentals are really lacking on this project. You have projects like Pendle Finance that have $4 or $5 billion in TVL, and the market cap is only 600 million versus this one is flipped on the opposite. The market cap is way more than the TVL. All right, so for those of you who stuck around, let's cover my yield farming strategy so I can show you how to accumulate more Mantra passively, how I'll go about it, so you'll have more to sell as we get deeper into the bull market. All right, so first you want to go to CoinGecko and you want to see where most of the trading is happening on the DEX. And you can see on the second page, 2.08% of the trading is happening on the Ohm wrapped ETH pair. And this was, if I were to provide liquidity, it would be this one versus Ohm in a stable coin, because as we're going into a bull market, if you guys watch my channel, you know that I prefer volatile pairs versus volatile stable coin pairs when I'm yield farming, because a rising tide raises all ships. So as ETH is pumping, Ohm is probably going to pump as well. So now when we go to Uniswap, you can see that the TVL is $0. The 24-hour trading volume is $10.02. And I'm actually quite surprised given how big the market cap is, and it's number 2 just behind Ondo Finance in terms of market cap of RWA protocols. So there's 2 ways to look at this. You could spin up your own pool, and when people go to Uniswap to trade, then if you're the only shop in town, you can charge a premium and you'll make all the fees. But for me, since I'm not bullish on this project and I just don't want to take the risk of creating a liquidity pool, if I were to accumulate Mantra passively, I would do it from one of my other pools, like my Maple ETH pool or my Clearpool ETH pool, or one of the other pools that we talk about within our paid groups. And then I would just take my rewards and use it to buy more Mantra instead of doing it this way, because to be honest, I just don't think it would be worth it. In 7 days, it's only been $65.88 in trading volume and 10 cents in 24-hour fees. I can get a way better yield in a more risk-adjusted fashion just going into another pool. So guys, if you like this kind of content, you want to learn how to yield farm and conduct proper fundamental and technical analysis like a professional trader or investor with elite coaches and an elite group of people all aligned to bring opportunities to the group and has everyone's best interest at heart, click the link in the description, book a free strategy session. You'll talk to me or one of our team members, one of our coaches. We'll see if our program's a good fit for you. If it's not, we're happy to point you in the right direction and answer any questions you may have on yield farming, markets in general. But with that, I'd like to conclude this video. If you got value, I ask you to consider subscribing, drop a like, drop a comment. But with that, I thank you so much for tuning in. I love every single one of you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and trade safe.